Today we're going to talk head-on about what is happening in the market. I'm joined by my director Jonathan, who is going to talk about what is really happening. So Jonathan, we all know the economy is a little bit rocky at the moment. What is causing this?
There are quite a few things going on at the moment. Some are helping prices go up, some are helping prices stay low. And these are conflicting sometimes, but if you think about it at the moment, cost of living is quite high, people don't have spare cash, so people are feeling particularly squeezed with the money they've got available. That will obviously hold prices down slightly. Mortgage rates, they have come down slightly from their peak, so better than they were sort of 6 or maybe 12 months ago, but they are still a lot higher than they were 10 years ago. So mortgage rates are squeezing people too. So it's really available funds for people that seems to be holding the market down. We've also got a lack of certainty across the whole economy. We've got Trump threatening with import duties, which will affect the world trade situation. People are predicting a little bit of a recession worldwide because of that. We've still got wars going on around the world. There are things that people are feeling uncertain about. When we talk about the property market, I think the biggest influence on the market this year is likely to be the Renters' Rights Act, which is going to be introduced as a bill this summer. And what I'm seeing is there is so much in that act that is scaring landlords that many landlords are saying, right, we've had enough, we don't want to be landlords anymore. And I'm getting an enormous quantity of landlords asking for valuations to sell their properties. Now, I think there are two things going on there. The first thing is that we are going to see lots of ex-rental properties hit the sales market. That could bring prices down slightly. The flip side of all this is if landlords are selling rental properties, there is going to be a big shortage of rental properties, and I think that will probably kick in before the sales start happening, because people will be given notice and start looking for new properties. That is going to drive rents sky high. If anyone from the government's seeing this, then actually please think very hard, because it is going to affect the whole property market, and I don't think anyone's thought this through. But my prediction is that that will have a little impact on demand being high for a while, and then it will probably all settle down later in the year. So lots going on, and it will undoubtedly create a fairly unstable market this year.
So would you say that prices are currently rising?
Normally I've got quite a lot to say about what prices are doing, and as an agent involved in all sorts of properties, you get a really good feel, and at the moment I have so little idea what prices are doing. I think they are staying still, but what I'm seeing is a lot of asking prices are set irresponsibly high. I think because prices have come down a little bit since 2022, and I think they've gone up again through 23, people are still stuck with the very high activity market from 2 years ago and think it's going to be like that. And the other factor that's coming in more and more, I'm afraid, is agents are overvaluing. Because there is a shortage of instructions, I'm seeing agents overvaluing to win the business, and when we find people overvaluing to win the business, you see artificially high asking prices when properties are first introduced, and then reductions. So it looks like the market's coming down, but it actually isn't. So no, I think it's staying fairly stable, and that's where we're at with the market just at the moment. But yeah, who knows really.
So what is it doing now?
I think as we look forwards, it's going to, at the moment it seems to be absolutely stable. We've got the changes in stamp duty coming in just a couple of months' time. And we've had a little flurry of activity through January as a result of people getting ahead of that, but it's not a big change. I don't think it will affect things too much, and my best guess is that we're going to see prices possibly stay where they are, maybe creep up very slightly, but inflation will creep slightly higher, so in reality prices aren't going up at all, maybe coming down a little bit. I wouldn't be shocked if when all these rental properties hit the market, whether we see a slight reduction in certain types of property. The ex-rentals, I think, will influence that. But the biggest change at the moment seems to be volume, as people are uncertain about the market. People aren't quite sure what it's doing. We're not getting people moving for fun. People are only moving where they really need to, where they've grown out of their houses, or their houses are too big, or they're changing jobs or moving areas or something like that. So the leisure moves aren't really happening where people are just doing it because they like to move house and they can make a little bit of money by doing houses up. Those aren't happening because it's costing too much to move house if the gains aren't there and if prices aren't increasing. People haven't got that certainty. But the forced moves, the moves where people have to make them, will continue. It does mean there'll be a lack of choice when people are buying because there won't be as much stock on the market. But my prediction is that it will just trundle on through this year until something happens with the economy, till things pick up.
So given all of that, what is your prediction for the next few months?
I think we're going to see prices just stay where they are. I think the good properties will carry on selling. The more difficult properties will be harder to sell. But actually it's a fairly good time to move as well. If you are thinking that you need to move, it's not a bad time. I can think of far worse times. There is a reasonable stock out there. So if you see a property you like, actually it's not a bad time to move.
So would you yourself buy at this current time?
Again, if I saw the right property I wanted to buy, yes I would. If I got a property that was hard to sell, I'd probably sit tight until the market is a little bit stronger. So if you're perhaps in a compromised property, you're on a main road, you're under a flight path, you're next to a railway, anything like that, now is not a good time to sell that sort of property because people have a greater choice of other properties to buy. But if you need to sell because you've seen one you want to buy, there are far worse times you could be selling. So yes, I would consider moving at the moment.
So thank you so much for watching. I hope that has been helpful for you just to get an idea of the market at the moment. If there are any other videos you'd like to see, do drop a note in the comments and we'll get back to you. But thanks so much for watching. Bye.